best if we keep the administrative part, the financial clout, and what happens on the field uh, separately. There is very little overlap. Whether India would have done well or not, India was bound to retain its financial clout. Okay, so gone are those days when the financial clout would have been retained only if the team was doing well. That was possibly in the late 90s, early 2000s. No longer the case. Okay. The other thing is what this Indian team has achieved is uh, it's like you would remember, everyone would remember that there was a time when Indian cricket used to be referred to as Ghar pe sher, bahar pe dher. Okay. Over the last decade, that has changed or modified to bilaterals mein sher, world tournaments mein dher, because when it comes to Indian cricket, even a semi-final is not acceptable, right? All you need is a title. It's been a decade. What this team has shown uh, since the last T20 World Cup in 2022, they have been able to dominate most of the bilaterals. It wasn't the case in ODIs because don't forget in December India lost in Bangladesh. An ODI series loss in Bangladesh is what India suffered, but that's when the preparation for the World Cup had begun in its last leg as such. Okay, what this team has actually achieved over the last 6 weeks. I am not trying to take away anything or play down anything. The whole point is the sheer domination that India has displayed has kind of underlined that it is the best team in the tournament. Obviously, they'll have to justify it by repeating all of it in the big final against the biggest finalist they could have asked for. That's the way I look at it. Yes, as in the best ODI team ever, India's best ODI team. Let's not get into that debate. Then people will throw 83, 85 World Series of Cricket, 2003, 2011, and a lot of teams in between. My simple point is the sheer dominance, as you pointed out, that India has displayed just kind of underlines what this team is made of. Just imagine, even in 2003 or 2011, did you have all 11 players in form all through the tournament? Here, India, just imagine, before the tournament, everyone was convinced that Hardik Pandya and Ravindra Jadeja will be the key to India's success. Hardik Pandya's breaking down has ended up being blessing in disguise because that meant India had to go to Mohammad Shami, and we have seen what Mohammad Shami has done despite not featuring in the first 4 games. Okay, so my simple point is once Shami was drafted in the first 4 matches, Shreyas Iyer was patchy, Shardul Thakur was up and down, everyone else was doing fine. Since then, you let any batter be at the crease, the opposition cannot actually plan and put some pressure overs in or have a passage of 10 overs play or 6 overs without a boundary. That's just not possible. Same with the bowling lineup. Which bowler will an opposition target? We saw Daryl Mitchell targeting Kuldeep Yadav in Dharamshala in the league stage. What happened? The moment another bowler was brought in, Mitchell couldn't do anything. Same happened in the semis. The same Kuldeep Yadav, who was tonked for runs, he bowled those 2 overs in the last 10 overs, 42nd and 44th. He considered 6 runs, picked up a wicket. The match was over. So my simple point is, where else will you see all 11 players in top gear right through the tournament? Then how will an opposition actually overcome such a fantastic unit? The only way India can lose the final is if Australia does an Australia and India succumb to the knockout pressure. You can't really blame the fans for actually criticizing the team as and when the team did not do well or a particular individual did not do well. Because right now, even now, with this 11 in great form, people are still discussing why isn't Ashwin playing. So that is bound to happen. The whole point is this setup knew what they were doing. That is the bottom line. Why were they so desperate? Once Rishabh Pant was ruled out at the start of the year, why they were so desperate to have Shreyas Iyer and KL Rahul, despite both suffering major injuries, to give them time, to give them enough time to recover in time for the World Cup and then take that chance. Now we know why they were so desperate, right? KL Rahul, everyone was criticizing KL Rahul. We have maintained all along that the only format in which KL Rahul walks into the 11 is ODIs. He has justified that. Shreyas Iyer has had a fantastic tournament. No Indian number 4 or anyone beyond number 4 has scored 500 runs in a World Cup edition so far. He has achieved it. What else do you want? I just don't. And again, when the team doesn't do well, or when someone is repeatedly failing, the fans are bound to seek replacement. That's the fan psyche, and the key for this team management, especially the captain and the head coach, is because they were convinced what they were doing, they could actually partition those thoughts. Okay, it's very easy to say we don't care about what is being spoken, and you are the first one to say it. That means you do care, right? You are listening to all the outside noise. To block that is not as easy as saying it, but to actually achieve it and achieve it in a methodical way, it's something credible. I said, even a semi-final is not enough for the fans. When you have that drought for a decade, only a title will mean the coach and the captain have achieved something. Okay. Number two, what happens to Rahul Dravid post November 19? It's still anybody's guess. There are various theories floating around. No one has formally reported anything, because at least you and I, we don't have anything to formally say this. All we'll say is Rahul Dravid and his support staff tenure ends with the World Cup final. We don't know what lies in store. We don't know who the support staff is for the next week's T20I series against Australia. Okay, coming back to Rahul Dravid, yes, Rahul Dravid's tenure was in so many ways uh, a below par in terms of results, especially in test matches. India were supposed to beat South Africa in South Africa. They could not. Okay, that was the biggest miss. In test matches at home, yes, they finally scraped through to the WTC final, but fell short against Australia. So, coming back to the same point, a world title is what a coach has to achieve. That's why Gary Kirsten was India's best coach in the last 20 years since John Wright, although John Wright did not win the World Cup. And now the Rahul Dravid question, Rahul Dravid's legacy. He and Rohit Sharma have together shown how to change the psyche of a group and ensure that everyone plays in one way. There is madness, but there is a lot of method to it. And nobody is going berserk. Nobody is trying to manufacture strokes. Okay, Surya Kumar Yadav is the only one who consistently plays those uncanny strokes, but that's the way he plays. None of these 11 guys are doing anything that they are not used to, and still achieving the results they are. And a lot of credit should go to the leadership group for that. Yeah, so 2 points. One is, let's stop comparing Rohit with either Virat Kohli or Mahendra Singh Dhoni, the captain. Let's discuss Rohit Sharma, the captain. When Rohit Sharma took over as full-time captain, there was a lot of insecurity, especially among seniors in the group. Whether it was because of Virat Kohli, whether it was because of Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri combo, let's not get there. Every senior was insecure irrespective of the format. Over the last 12 to 18 months, all the seniors have been assured. It's like Rohit Sharma had apparently hinted to R. Ashwin the day he took over as full-time captain that I want you around for 2022 and 2023. You be ready. It wasn't as if Ashwin's inclusion came out of the blue. Okay. Once there was a window to draft Ashwin in, he did that. Similarly, just take Virat Kohli's example. When Virat Kohli actually gave up captaincy, his form was terrible across formats. For the next year or so, his form was patchy. He started regaining the form in Rohit's tenure, and a lot of it has to do with security here. That is the biggest achievement or biggest contribution that Rohit Sharma, the leader, has had. A lot of people who have played with Rohit at the domestic IPL and international level have told us so far that the key to being a good captain is to let you think on your own and butt in only when things are slipping away. That's what Rohit is good at. Okay. And leading the batting group by example. During the Asia Cup, I had pulled out stats when I wrote a piece on Rohit that in the preceding 2 years, his career average has dropped from 48 to 45, which is not a drastic drop, right? But his strike rate had gone up from 91 to 110. In this World Cup, his strike rate in the power play is 133, which is well above anyone else. That's why India have been able to get such stupendous starts, and the platform is being set for Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, and Shreyas Iyer to actually just build on the foundation that Rohit sets it. Rohit just kills the opposition bowling tactics up front and lets Virat Kohli be Virat Kohli in the middle over. And that's worked like wonders, isn't it? And that's why a lot of pundits have been saying in the second half of the World Cup, I have maintained it before the World Cup, that Rohit Sharma is instrumental in setting the template for this team, and he has led from the front. That you take the risk as long as you are not manufacturing shots, you take risks, I'll back you. That's what he has done, and that's what he has told others to do. What else do you need from a leader? Yeah? Gladly, not sadly. There is not one wrong thing that we can actually point out about India's performance on the field. We can obviously do a separate episode about the organization or the administrative side of the World Cup. That's for another day. For the time being, the key is what Rohit, Rahul, and others have set in motion over the last 12 to 18 months is to ensure that it is carried on till 2027. It's way too far from now, possibly at least till 2025, because see, I am confident that Virat Kohli will actually be around not just for 25, even for 27. Okay, there is no fitter individual in Indian cricket than Virat Kohli. He is back in form, so there is no doubt why, unless he gets bored of scoring runs, which is again unlike Virat Kohli. With Rohit, we don't know. If let's assume that Rohit continues to lead India at least till 2025 Champions Trophy in ODIs, then if there is a change in coaching setup, that continuity will be maintained. But the moment Rohit passes on the mantle to the next one, whether the new group can actually carry on the legacy. It's like what Owen Morgan set in motion in 2015. England achieved the results in 2019. Till 22, they could carry on the momentum. They couldn't do anything in 23. Indian cricket has to ensure that the same is not repeated when it comes to India and 2027 World Cup. I don't think they need to. What India have actually been doing is to be aggressive right through 100 overs. And that's why there has not been a single India game that has been stretched anywhere close to 100 overs so far. So, what England achieved possibly in Test cricket is to play an aggressive brand of batting, right? The bowling took a kind of a backseat because once you have pressurized That's not what India has done in ODIs. What India have managed to actually do is, be it batting, bowling, or fielding, they have been aggressive right at it. When it comes to batting, all they're thinking about is how to score runs. When it comes to bowling, they're constantly in a pursuit for wickets. There is no lean patch for India. There is no time to restrict the opposition. You pick wickets, it's okay if you leak runs. And it's relentless. All 11 players. That's as in that's why I'm saying that there is not anything that's extraordinary that India have achieved, something that was not uh, tried before. But something that was not executed so well ever since Australia's golden run ended in 2007. Manjrekar is known to be Mr. Different, right? And he has come up with a fantastic take that no one else has been able to point out. And with regard to ODI cricket, what Sir Viv Richards told us, that please don't tinker with it for no reason. Yes, because of the whole commercial focus on T20s, we'll obviously see a dip in ODI cricket, as was witnessed in the last ODI cycle as well to a large extent. Okay, but closer to the Champions Trophy, closer to a World Cup, the focus will return to ODI cricket, and as we have seen this time around, that players who are made for all-round game can sustain in this format. England haven't been able to do so well. New Zealand, India, South Africa, Australia, they are the ones who have actually achieved stupendous results, and that's because they have players who have the ability to adapt to various situations.